Come on.
Howdy gamers, the PTS for ESO's Update 40 patch is up and running, and there are so many things that I'd like to check out, but one of the first things that I absolutely had to see for myself was the new rewards that can be earned from the upcoming Endless PvE arena, the Endless Archive. Do recall that this arena will be accessible to everyone in Update 40, as it will be part of the base game. You can check out this video to learn more about what was revealed about it in a recent developer stream. I don't know about you all, but for me, the ability to receive sweet rewards from content is one that definitely motivates me to pursue different kinds of content in the game. Of course, becoming more proficient in any of ESO's vast array of activities or completing these activities with friends can already feel fun and rewarding as it is, but being able to earn some extra little goodies from participating in or excelling in content is definitely the cherry on top. So I had to see what kinds of goodies are in store for those of us who plan to venture into the depths of the Endless Archive. The Update 40 patch notes state that, quote-unquote, the further you progress in the Endless Archive, the greater the rewards scale up, as well as the chance of receiving them. This was shown in the recent developer stream, as the developers received more of the Endless Archive's unique currency, called Archival Fortunes, the further they delved into the arena. The developers also suggested that you'd be more likely to run into tougher enemies the further you descend into the arena, such as marauders or bosses in the portals to the unknown, and these tougher enemies or encounters have a chance to drop really sweet loot, like class set pieces or collectible Endless Archive fragments. You also have a chance to receive fragments for the new Hermaeus Mora Tales of Tribute deck, and even leads for new furnishing antiquities. The new Archival Fortune currency can be used to purchase goods from the Watcher merchants that are located in the index of the Endless Archive. Do note that ESO Plus members will receive a 10% bonus to all of their Archival Fortunes. Tezzer's inventory is permanent. They offer a variety of wares, such as consumables that can be used to receive an additional verse while in the Endless Archive, permanent upgrades that provide support to players in the Endless Archive, curated and uncurated gear boxes that contain items from class sets, boxes and sacks of profession-related crafting materials, unique furnishings that correspond with the aesthetic of the Endless Archive, and even a lockbox that contains some gold. All of these items are bound on pickup, except for the crafting materials that are received from their respective boxes. ESOU, on the other hand, is going to have a continually rotating set of wares every week. These wares can include items such as treasure maps, antiquity leads, monster set style pages, companion gearboxes, lorebook furnishings, and assorted achievement and public dungeon fragments. It's important to note that these items all appear to be ones that are bound on pickup on the PTS, so you won't be able to utilize your Archival Fortunes to purchase items from ESOU to then sell to other players. There's an assortment of rewards that can be obtained after completing achievements related to the Endless Archive. Butcher Hayfal's Accursed Knife is a memento that can be obtained after completing the Leading the Charge achievement. This achievement is unlocked once you complete 4 other achievements that all have to do with defeating a number of cycle bosses. Malkahest's Accursed Mirror is another memento that can be obtained after completing the I Got Some Mora achievement. This achievement is unlocked upon completing 3 other achievements that relate to the acquisition of all of the different offensive, defensive, and utility visions. A summoned Booknado is a memento that can be is a memento that can be obtained upon completing the Give Me Some Mora achievement. I love the names of these achievements too. This achievement is earned after the player completes the following 3 achievements that all have to do with acquiring all of the different offensive, defensive, and utility verses. The Malographic Mount can be earned by completing the Iker Most Malevolent achievement, which requires you to acquire and use 50 Malographic Ikers. I don't know how you say that, but don't come for me in the comments. The however you say that Skeever is a non-combat pet that can be earned by completing the Scheming Skeevers achievement, which requires you to acquire and use 25 disgusting spoils. The Mirror Scribe body markings can be earned upon completing the Endless Archive Challenger achievement. This achievement is earned after the player completes a variety of achievements related to the Endless Archive, some of which have already been discussed. You also earn the title The Unending upon attaining this achievement. The Mirror Scribe face markings can be earned upon completing the That's Enough of Thoat achievement, which requires you to defeat Thoat Replicanum 50 times. The Shattered Mirror Maze body markings can be earned from completing the Walk Through the Mirror Maze achievement, which requires you to acquire and use 20 erroneous archive maps. And the corresponding Shattered Mirror Maze face markings can be acquired by completing the Peer into the Mirror achievement, which requires you to acquire and use 20 unreliable archive maps. So, what do you think about these new rewards? I personally think they are pretty nice. While the furnishings and achievement rewards aren't entirely my cup of tea aesthetically, I can see the appeal in them for those who are going all in and embracing that Eldritch Arcanist aesthetic. Having the option to earn a mount from this content is excellent as well, and I know that more than a few people have their eyes on some of the class sets. I do have some small gripes with some of these rewards, although I think I'm nitpicking, to be fair. One of them is that I do kind of wish that more of the rewards that we can purchase from these vendors were entirely new or exclusive to the Endless Archive, much like how the vendors in the Imperial City or Cyrodiil sell primarily exclusive items, as opposed to recycling other rewards from other facets of the game. Undaunted style pages can also be obtained by spending Undaunted keys at the Undaunted vendors, for example, and fragments can be earned by venturing into the public dungeons of ESO's many chapters and DLCs. So these kinds of rewards aren't exclusive to the Endless Archive. That being said, I could just as easily see how this would be a notion that is appreciated by other players, as it provides an alternative means to obtain some of the neat existing items that ESO content has to offer. And there are a few exclusive items after all, such as the Apocrypha-themed furnishings, the class sets, and the Endless Archive consumables and permanent upgrades. Another thing I noticed was that some of the achievements needed to unlock some of the rewards of the Endless Archive require quite a lot of footwork. And hey, I don't mind the grind at all. In fact, I think that for the most part, a lot of people like the idea of grinding hard to earn cool rewards in MMOs, especially when you get to flex and show off those cool rewards to others afterwards. But that's the thing. Some of these achievement rewards, okay, I'm specifically talking about the mementos and body markings here, require a lot of grinding to get them, and they don't look as flashy as a unique mount or pet or skin, so they aren't as much of a flex, if that makes sense, especially because mementos are temporary little emotes that go away once their duration is over, and they can't even be used in PvP instances. Body markings are also typically easily hidden by your character's outfit when they aren't particularly bold or when they only cover a small part of your character. The way I see it, these mementos and body markings are more of a neat little reward that I'll get passively as I complete achievements in the Endless Archive over time. They're not really things that make me want to go out of my way to grind for them, the way I would go out of my way to grind for a sweet public dungeon fragment cosmetic, or push myself to become a better PvE player to earn an excellent looking trial skin. But I would be curious to hear what you all think. Do these rewards compel you to venture into the Endless Archive? Or maybe you were gonna tackle it anyways. I've only been in the Endless Archive for a short amount of time, but what I've experienced so far has been pretty fun, and I'm eager to see just how far I can go. But that's all for today's video. Thank you for watching. Thank you to my YouTube members for the additional support, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.